an ankh around his neck, the smell of Nak Champa smoke. He said, "Queen, sister, mother of the earth, black girl, let me treat you like goddess. Let me come into your world." Said he's equipped with the knowledge, and he's got all the facts about the stolen history and all the good that came from blacks. He's talking math and science and physical equations that they claim to have created after pillaging our nations. Black men say, if we are to win, well, then we have to look within, and really, if we're gonna fight, then first we have to reunite, and really, if it's gonna work, then we gotta drop the bullshit. European influence on us? No, he ain't cool with the gays, the queers, homosexual agenda employed to effeminize black male, but no, he never will surrender, no. Black man, black woman, black child, very simple. See, it's that white feminism, always getting in the middle. Said he's annoyed with academics, the obnoxious black feminist, well-read, very angry, and probably needs a therapist. Maybe some green juice as well. It'll clean out the system. You know that swine and that dairy is a foreign organism. You go to a white man's school to acquire a degree so you can get you some prestige and earn a living salary. But we don't need no recognition from the white man, you see. This man believes entirely in African divinity. I say, okay, black man, but really, what you trying to say? Said that he's woke and he's willing and wants freedom for black people today. I say, okay. I keep walking. I come across black woman reading books. She says gender binaries are an illusion and patriarchy is a crook. Says she looks forward to the day when all black lives will matter, including queer and trans and those deemed unworthy of chatter. No conversation about the plight of those who were made invisible, like women and children, and those with a category simply unapplicable. Yo, she's fed up. Tired of explaining all the time about how her sexuality is not aligned with your feminine divine. So she tells me, look, how are black people to prevail when we are ideologically trapped in this damn hotep hell reproducing systems that stripped us of humanity, fake deeps, the epitome of anti-intellectuality? She sighs from exhaustion, then returns to her book, then says her dissertation looks at how black patriarchy cooks up the intraracial conflict that impedes liberation, and that if we could deal with complexity, that'd be means for celebration. She takes a sip from her mug, then proceeds to explain that it's very important that we as black people in academia speak and write in ways that are accessible to black people outside of these spaces. You know, we must fully reject any form of academic elitist exclusivity, and further we must acknowledge the differentiation of radical alterity, inclusive and conceptual logic, and truly advantageous. What you trying to say? Says that she's woke and she's willing and wants freedom for all black people today. I say, okay, keep walking. Then I come across the man who seeks to implement a plan with a loudspeaker in his hand. He says, it is our duty to fight, like it is our duty to win, like we must protect one another and we must love one another. I say, okay, black man, what are you protesting today? He said, they always shoot us down, and every time they get away with it, no consequence at all. But we won't take it lying down, nah. Let's keep going, y'all. They said, Black Lives Matter. Then they said again, Black Lives Matter. They said again, Black Lives Matter. Then the cops came, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. You're gonna have to move. Black Lives Matter. Now I'm warning you. Black Lives Matter. Sir, you're under arrest. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. It's now a few hours later. He was in and out fast. Intimidation tactics. Says he's used to being harassed. You know, I catch a lot of flack for all the work that I do. Black people calling me extreme. I'm out here fighting for you. Academics say we don't have a thought-through plan sitting in your ivory tower with a book in your hand. Don't get me started on these internet activists today. Don't come to none of the meetings, but got everything to say on Facebook. On Facebook. Type it from the comfort of your seat. Black people out here dying, you gonna sit at home and tweet. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. About everything we not doing right. The ones that's on the ground with our bodies in plain sight. Ain't it a shame? Y'all good for talking. Talk all night and day. But y'all scared of revolution. What the last poet say? I say, okay, black man, but really, what you trying to say? He says he's woke and he's willing and wants freedom for black people today. I say, okay, I keep walking. I come across a black woman on her phone. She says she wishes these black radicals would leave this shit alone. They're making things worse. I mean, really, how much can we complain? We had a black man in the White House. Look how much we have gained. And I mean, yes, racism's real. Okay, I get that part. But do we think we're gonna change the world if all we do is bark about every single thing that doesn't go our way with your bullhorn and your picket sign? What really will you change? And yes, I understand you demand basic civility. But when are we gonna talk about black accountability? We have to address our part in the matter. And if we don't, then we're setting ourselves up for disaster. Pull your pants up. Respect yourself and maybe you'll get some respect. We have to do better at keeping ourselves in check. We kill each other, then focus our attention on the police. This is really counterproductive. The approach is really obsolete. And we must shift our energy. How negative can we be? If all we think about is bad stuff, we manifest it, you see. I was reading this book the other day. And it literally said exactly what I always say. You attract what you think about the most, you know? And if we think more progressively, then it'll be so. When I express how I feel about black people, they call me a coon. But I just want the best for us, and I want it soon. I say, okay, black woman, but really, what you trying to say? She says she's woke, and she's willing, and wants freedom for black people today. And I keep walking. Okay, so I took you on a trip with me. We met 4 black people with 4 different ways of thinking. Rather, we met 4 black folks with 4 different ways of thinking. They all call themselves woke. Who's really woke? Character 1, with a juice the color green, and a politic that demeans those he doesn't see as kings and queens. Or character 2, the academic, who speaks up for the ones most invisible, but in a language we can't all understand, in excess of syllables. Or character 3, the activist, always on the front line, but criticizes those who resist online. Or character 4, respectability politic galore, but still wants us to be all right. How will these 4 people unite? That's what it takes. No one left behind, not even the most problematic kind. And so, we cannot produce the force that tried to kill us off. Because if we do, I'm telling you, we'll have to pay a real cost. Look, what I'm saying is quite simple. We can't throw each other away. We are complex and conflicted, often stuck in our ways. But regardless of all that, we're absolutely here to stay. So let's teach each other and be open to receive, because we really need each other. This is a fact, guaranteed. Thank you.